Hi, I'm Ryn, and here she comes.
And I'm Katja, and we're in the woods.
We are. Today we're out here on some land in Royalston, Massachusetts, enjoying the Veterans Day weekend, enjoying the forest.
Yeah. We just wanted to talk a little bit about the forest in relation to veterans. One thing that we've noticed in this city, there's some wild land by the Charles River, and often we see vets there. And that's really exciting, actually. That makes me really happy.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You can tell that they come there, they hang out together, they sit and talk, or just sit and be alone with the greenery. And it's a great idea. So there's lots of reasons for that. We've, I think, maybe spoken before about the concept of forest bathing, or shinrin yoku in the Japanese. And the only reason we have a Japanese phrase for that is because there's been a lot of study on this over there, looking at some of the physiological effects of spending time in a natural environment. Usually a forest, but similar work's been done at the seaside and in the mountains and wherever else. But getting into a place that doesn't have everything you see built by human hands, and as little as possible, actually.
And it's not even just about being in a non-human dominated environment, although that's so important. But there's also a lot of data now about this sort of concept of exhalation communication, and that the trees are able to understand things about us at the chemical level based on what we are exhaling, and that they are exhaling things that we need at that chemical level, which sounds completely bizarre, but is actually founded in science. And a really great book about that is The Hidden Lives of Trees by Peter Wohlleben.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have here some white pine, and those were the trees in the beginning of the video. And white pine is one of our favorite trees to work with.
Yeah, especially in the wintertime, especially when we go camping.
Yeah.
Or when we just go out to the woods for a day and build a fire. This is a really excellent trail tea. It's available all year round because these are evergreens, and so these are the kind of plants that hold heat deep inside their tissues, in their resins or in their volatile oils in the leaves here. The needles are actually a kind of leaf. And they carry that, and you can make a tea there, and it's warming and stimulating and helps you breathe easier, and all of that has good, medicinal virtues to it, but it also has something, I think, to contribute to people who have had heavy experiences and have had a lot of grief and a lot of fear in their lives, because those they get trapped in the lungs, those kind of emotions. The same way we talk about anger manifesting as liver problems, then that kind of trauma, that kind of grief, that can stay with you and make it hard to breathe deep, to release your lungs all the way. An herb like this, it can help on both that physical and that emotional level.
And of course, the resins of white pine we absolutely love for wound care and just nearly any first aid type situation.
Yeah.
And so that's not part of the exhalation aspect, but just that relationship that we can have with white pine, that it's really very, very helpful in a first aid situation, but then also really helpful in managing respiratory issues, whether that is colds and flu, or just being able to breathe more freely and being able to breathe in that sort of protective nature from the pine.
Yeah. So, if you are a veteran, or if you've got veterans in your lives, then take yourself or take them out to the forest or whatever's the nearest nature spot for you. And we like to drive away from the city and be out here, but there are a lot of places right close to home, right in the middle of town, that we find that are green and growing and a little bit wild, even if you might not expect it. And those are really valuable. So if you live right in the middle of a big city, then take a peek, wander around a little bit, go into some green spaces and see what you find there. There's a lot of wildlife in the city, and when you find it, then it will speak to you.
And even if you're not a vet, this is really important. It turns out the more that we study being in nature, the more that we realize that it's not actually optional for humans, that there are aspects of being in nature and being outdoors, even when I'm a little bit shivery, that are part of staying healthy. So, so do that and think of that.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. All right, so that's it for us. We'll see you next time.